Would you wear the same shoes for every occasion? Or rock the same outfit 7 days a week? Of course not. Your style is better with options. Your investments could be too. SIBO Index options give you access to various contract sizes, global trading hours, and potential tax advantages. That's a good look for any portfolio. If you're ready to invest in style, head to betterwithoptions.com. There are risks associated with SIBO company products. Review the disclosures and disclaimers at sibo.com/US_disclaimers.
This is Optimal Finance Daily. How to teach kids where money comes from. It comes from 5 places. By Kalen Bruce of freedomsprout.com. And I'm your host and personal finance enthusiast, Diana Merriam. Welcome back to another bonus Sunday episode where we can hear a little more content to optimize our lives. An extra episode from one of our other shows in our podcast network where we read articles to you. And today's comes from Optimal Relationships Daily. If you enjoy it, you can follow or subscribe to Optimal Relationships Daily wherever you get your podcasts. So with that, here's Greg from Optimal Relationships Daily as we optimize your life.
How to Teach Kids Where Money Comes From by Kalen Bruce of freedomsprout.com. Money doesn't grow on trees is a common saying dating back to the 1800s. We all understand the meaning as, you don't just get money without working for it, and we use it to teach this to our kids. The only issue is, this phrase doesn't explain where money comes from. It only explains where it doesn't come from. It doesn't help to tell your kids how something doesn't work, unless you tell them how it does work. So some explaining is in order. We need to teach our kids where money comes from, so they understand why we aren't dishing out every dollar they ask for. Money really only comes from 5 places. Any way you receive money, it will fall into one of the following categories. The first 3 are the most important for your kids to really grasp, but the last 2 are still important to know. Number 1, money comes from work. Before kids understand any other place money comes from, they need to know it comes from work. In some form or fashion, there will be work involved to earn money. Teaching kids the value of work is valuable in itself. When kids are young, they think money comes from the national bank of mom and dad, because that is how money comes to kids at a young age. They either receive an allowance, commission, or are given money when they want to buy something. So as far as they know, money comes from their parents. It's that easy. Of course, we want to curb this idea that we are the bank, and that starts with instilling work ethic and grit into your kids. You work, you get paid. You don't work, you don't get paid. Let this be the first lesson your kids learn about where money comes from. Show this to your kids. Let your kids work for their money. Create a system that pays them for the work they do and doesn't pay them when they don't work. Don't just give them handouts. Give them money when there is a reason for it, like work, chores, or something else they've done to earn it. Number 2, money comes from ideas. Ideas lead to money. Ideas lead to businesses, innovation, and even investing, which we'll talk about in the next point. Ideas themselves don't produce money, but kids need to know that ideas can definitely lead to money. Don't squash your child's will to dream big. They can go on to achieve greatness in many ways. Don't let any small thinking you may have hinder their big thinking. Show this to your kids. It's good for kids to keep thinking and getting ideas. It may start with your kids wanting to open a lemonade stand and later flourish into your kid managing a lemonade stand and then owning multiple stands. That's just one example of how ideas can lead to more money and how kids can have bigger ideas than we often give them credit for. Number 3, money comes from money. Money has the potential to make more money, but it doesn't happen automatically. Invest $1,000 and it could turn into $2,000, but it could also turn into $2. This is where risk versus reward comes in, another important concept for your kids to know. Money sparks new businesses every day. Some are successful, some aren't, but money was required to start the business. Show this to your kids. Show your kids how money can make more money. Start with a conservative investment and let them see how the interest accumulates, even if it's just a little interest. The risk versus reward idea spans every area of personal finance. The idea that 9 times out of 10, the higher the risk, the higher the potential for reward, but not always. Number 4, money comes from people. Money comes from people in many different ways. Charities are funded by people. Churches have money because of the church members. Simply put, some people have money and things because other people gave. The idea here isn't to teach your kids to look for handouts. It's quite the opposite. Teach them some people will only have money because they, your children, gave it to them. Due to life circumstances, location, or a combination, gifted money may be the only money some people ever see. This isn't just about the money, but about the needs provided for and the things given. It's key for your kids to understand the link between giving them a $5 bill of their own away and someone else getting into an efficiency apartment or putting food in their refrigerator. Show this to your kids. Take your kids to church or a charitable organization and let them give their money. Then show them what the church or charity does with the money and link it together with the money they gave. They need to understand their money was at least a small part of making whatever big thing the organization did to happen. Number 5, money comes from luck. Finally, while this typically isn't the best way to try to get money, it does in fact come from luck sometimes. Think lottery, gambling, finding money, etc. Of course, in certain cases that appear to be luck, such as finding $20 on the ground, it could merely be the work of God in your life, but I doubt God helped you win that scratch-off too. It's a fact. Sometimes money comes from pure luck. Your kids need to understand this because they're going to have questions when this happens to other people. It's not just gambling and lottery tickets. It could also come in the form of an unexpected inheritance or being at the right place at the right time. While I definitely acknowledge God's work in many of these circumstances, we have to admit luck is a factor, at least a small one. Show this to your kids. No, you don't need to go buy a lottery ticket and watch the Powerball tonight. This is something best explained to your kids. Show them how the lottery and gambling works. You don't have to engage in it to show it to them. They'll think it's fun and funny when you explain to them how you're more likely to be struck by lightning or to have identical quadruplets than to win the lottery. Seriously, you are. The importance of where. Kids need to know where money comes from as early on as possible. Once they understand it's something that is worked for and created, they can start to develop their own ideas for how they'll acquire money. The idea isn't that your kids should grow up as greedy money chasers, always looking to make a buck. It's that they can apply the concept of how money is earned to whatever they want to do in life. Money shouldn't be the main factor in deciding what they want to be when they grow up, but with this newfound knowledge, they can at least know how money relates to it. Will they earn money from a job? Will they own a business? Will they own rental property? There are so many options, but the first step is understanding where money comes from. You just listened to the post titled, How to Teach Kids Where Money Comes From by Kalen Bruce of freedomsprout.com.
Did you know that only 8% of people will stick with their New Year's resolutions all year long? Well, there's one financial resolution you could actually stick to because it happens automatically. Today's episode is sponsored by Acorns, and Acorns makes it easy to start automatically saving and investing so your money has a chance to grow for you, your kids, and your retirement. You don't need to be an expert. Acorns will recommend a diversified portfolio that fits you and your money goals. You don't need to be rich. Acorns lets you invest with spare money that you've got right now. You can start with $5 or even just your spare change. We've talked about this type of automation on this show before, and Acorns makes it easy. Head to acorns.com/OFD or download the Acorns app to start saving and investing for your future today. Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 1 compensation provided. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/OFD. You sign up for something, forget about it after the trial period ends, then you're charged month after month after month. The subscriptions are there, but you're not using them. In fact, I learned that 85% of people have at least one paid subscription going unused each month. Thanks to Rocket Money, you can see all your subscriptions in one place and cancel the ones you're not using anymore, saving more money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. See all of your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money's going. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/OFD today. That's rocketmoney.com/OFD. rocketmoney.com/OFD.
Thanks so much to Kalen for a really terrific post today, and a refreshing way of looking at money for anyone, I would think. What he said in the ending really echoed what I was prepared to say here, and that is how important it is for parents to know that instilling good money habits in their children from a young age does not mean they're going to grow up only focused on money. It would be a logical fallacy to assume that one would equal the other. Well-rounded parenting can still include money skills. So that means that as children are taught about money, they are also taught to earn through ways that are kind and helpful to others. They're also taught that money isn't everything, and they're taught how to help others make money, etc. So bear in mind that while teaching money skills is important, it's also important to teach them in a moral way. This isn't hard and will help cultivate good emotional and financial health for your children. We are done for the day, my friends, and done for the week as well. Thank you so much for stopping in and listening all week. If you are listening in real time, then enjoy your weekend, be careful, and be sure to come on back for the Monday show, where I will start a new week of relationship content and where your optimal life awaits.